As the former U.S. Surgeon General's final address, he shares what is really needed for health today in America. Listen in to today's episode as I share his parting words that really resonated with me to help us all find health and happiness. Hello, friends. This is Lynn Schulte, and you are listening to the Birth Healing Summit podcast. We are here for meaningful conversations that will transform the way you work with pregnant and postpartum clients. Whether it is a new perspective, tool, or technique, you'll be able to implement it into your practice today. I invite you to sit back, listen with an open mind, and grab the golden nugget today's guest has to offer. Now let's get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode. And today I want to share with you the parting words from the former United States Surgeon General, Dr. Vivek Murthy. He wrote a parting prescription for America. And I found it so interesting and wanted to bring it to your attention because it's so spot on and really resonates with me. And I want to share how I see the Institute for Birth Healing in helping to support his prescription. So he was weaving together his reflections on his personal and professional experiences, having spent spent six of his last 10 years as our nation's Surgeon General. And throughout his service, the Surgeon General has sought to understand the root cause of pain and unhappiness felt across our country. And he believes that health is about more than tests and medications. Amen, Dr. Murthy. It includes, he says, taking time to listen and focus on the whole person. And we all know that we do a great job doing that in our practices and with our clients. And so as the American's doctor, he's done the same. He's taken the similar approach with the nation. And so after spending years hearing stories from thousands of Americans, delving into scientific data and convening researchers, Dr. Murthy has found something deep and widespread ailing Americans, and that is the erosion of our sense of community. And so the Surgeon General's parting prescription, his recommendations for how Americans can cultivate health, happiness, and fulfillment is by rebuilding community centered around relationships, service, and purpose. And here's his quote that he wrote: "Today we are faced with a profound choice. Do we continue with the status quo marked by pain, disconnection, and division? Or do we choose a different path, one of joy, health, and fulfillment, where we turn towards each other instead of away from each other, where we choose love over fear, where we recognize community as the irreplaceable foundation for our well-being?" And he says, "As I finish my tenure as Surgeon General, this is my parting prescription. My final wish for all of us: choose community." And so he goes on to talk about the relationships, the service, and purpose, that those three things can create an ecosystem of meaning and belonging that are essential for us to feel fulfillment. And these elements form the triad of fulfillment: the relationship, service, and purpose. And he says, by contrast, modern culture has become increasingly centered on the triad of success defined by fame, money, and power. And we need a cultural shift that moves us toward the triad of fulfillment. And so in his prescription, he talks about relationships, and that healthy relationships where we feel seen and where we can be ourselves can be a powerful source of joy and support and can be buffers to stress. When we lack meaningful relationships, we can experience loneliness. Currently, a third of adults and around half of young people experience loneliness. Being socially disconnected increases our risk for heart disease, dementia, depression, anxiety, and premature death. For service comprises the actions we take that benefit others. Even though service is defined as benefiting others, Filling one's life with service can have a profound benefit to the person rendering the service. Studies show that sustained service efforts can reduce the risk of hypertension, stroke, early death, depression, cognitive decline, and can make us feel more connected to others. And with purpose, he says the purpose is the feeling of having an overarching life aim that guides and prioritizes our decisions and actions. It's not what we do, it's why we do it. And so Dr. Murthy is urging Americans to recenter their lives around relationship, service, and purpose, the triad of fulfillment, and the core pillars of community. He calls for a shift in culture, policy, and programs that will strengthen community as the critical path to health, happiness, and fulfillment. And so I just absolutely loved everything that I read in there, especially around choosing love over fear. I think I've been saying that over and over the years. And so I just want to put the invitation out there for those of you that are looking for a community. I thank you for listening to this podcast and for being a part of my community. And I really want to really highlight that sense of community by being a part of the Birth Healing Intensive mission and what we're doing here in the world. So thank you for those of you that are listening to the podcast that have been a part of our summits in the past and have taken my courses. And I really do hope that we are creating for you that sense of community, knowing that there are others out there doing similar work to you. We may not be in the same city or in the same physical community, but I do hope and pray that this online community and hope that you can feel the support in that because we in that community, it is about relationships. I love hearing from you and getting to know you, and I love going to my live classes just to be able to engage with you as students and get to know more about your lives and how things are changing. And I was just teaching in Tampa this past weekend, and I got to see, like, I think 6 of the students were in the pregnancy course 6 months prior. And so it was just so fun to catch up with them to see what's going on in their practices and in their lives. And we actually had 3 pregnant clients, not from the past class, but there were 3 pregnant clients in this current class. And so it's just fun to see the students stepping into that next phase of their life's journey and bringing little ones into this world. And it's just such an honor to be a part of that part of people's lives when they are pregnant, when they are birthing, when they are postpartum and working, trying to figure out how to take care of a newborn. And so, that truly is our service in helping others during this amazing time in their life. And so I'm just so honored every time I get to support someone that is pregnant or postpartum. And it's just such a beautiful, fun time to be working with people in their lives in this phase. And so we all have our purpose in supporting these moms and helping them to have smoother births and faster recovery so that we can help them to establish that good bond with their baby and to be these strong women in their family units and being able to be the supportive moms in the way that they want to so that they can raise beautiful human beings. And so the Institute for Birth Healing in this community that we do have here, I'm really grateful for you for being a part of it. Please share this podcast episode with anybody else that is looking for community, that is wanting to be a part of that pregnancy postpartum timeframe for people, because together we are in relationship, we are in service, and we do have our purpose. And I hope that you feel a sense of community in being a part of the Institute for Birth Healing and all that we're doing here. So I personally want to thank you all and let you know that the more I hear from you, the more I feel that connection and that sense of community. So I really do appreciate when you email, when you comment on social media posts, when we can have dialogue and interaction. And do know that it is in my plan, either later this year, maybe not till next year, but I do want to create a mentorship program where I can offer that support to newer or whoever really wants it, who wants to have that support in learning this work and putting it into practice. And so know that, be looking out for that. I'm not exactly sure when it's going to be coming, but I am putting that out there that I would like to develop that. I would make it a requirement for those that want mentorship with me to have taken one of the holistic courses, because a lot of what I teach and how I want to mentor is in the use of that work. And so it will be a requirement in the mentorship program to have completed either the pregnancy or the postpartum course. And hopefully you'll have the commitment to do both courses in this mentorship program. And, I've got a little bit of time to think about what that's going to look like and that. So if you do have a sense of what you would like and how you would like to be supported, I'd love to hear from you. So I can keep that in mind when I do plan what that mentorship would look like. If you are interested in email support, monthly calls, bi-monthly calls, what would you feel would be supportive for you? I'm open to hearing that. Okay. So, but it will not happen until late this year or early next year sometime. So, but I just absolutely love, I was like, wow, what a brilliant man this Dr. Murthy, no, yeah, Murthy, Dr. Vivek Murthy is, as the former Surgeon General. I really loved what he had to say in his goodbye message and his prescription to America. So let's all hope that we can create that community, not only online, but in our local communities. Get together with your birthing professionals in the area and create a sense of community there and build relationships and know that you are serving and you have a purpose in supporting people in their pregnancy and postpartum journey. And just creating that community truly is that connection that we're really longing and missing for in the world. And I totally 100% agree and support what he has to say in this article. So I just wanted to share that with you. I hope you found that interesting. And I encourage you all to find your community, build your community wherever you are, even if it's one other person. That's super important. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you in the next podcast episode. And take care. Here's to smoother births, faster recoveries, and being a part of community. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Today's podcast was brought to you by the Institute for Birth Healing. To discover more, visit instituteforbirthhealing.com. To claim $50 off of any online course, use coupon code PODCAST50 at checkout. Till next time, I'm Lynn Schulte, founder of the Institute for Birth Healing.